Okay. And we're tracking steady rainfall tonight as our weather impact shifts from the thunderstorms to that rain that's going to be moving on through. 1 inch of rainfall is going to be likely with an isolated thunderstorm or two that will be possible. Doppler radar is lit up in green with some steadier pockets of rain south and east of the Toledo Metro between BG and Tiffin and over towards Ottawa. That yellow color indicates where the rain is picked up a little bit. Across the Toledo Metro, there were some strong gusty winds earlier. In fact, at Toledo Executive Airport, 62-mile-an-hour winds gusting, and Toledo Express west of town, 55 miles per hour. As this area of low pressure rolls up to the north and northeast, we're going to see all of this rainfall move on through, and there could be a few additional thunderstorms overnight. The hourly forecast does show you some wet weather. Temperatures holding steady around 60, so it's going to be very mild when you wake up. However, those temps are going to be going downhill quickly throughout the day, dropping to around 50 degrees. And the hour-by-hour forecast shows you this area of low pressure riding up along the cold front, and as this cold front sweeps on through, we are expecting some big changes in how it feels outside. I've got your Sunday forecast and a look ahead to St. Patrick's Day coming up in just a bit. Michael.
Breaking news tonight. Multiple fire departments are responding to a commercial building ablaze in Adrian. Firefighters risking their lives to verify that nobody is in harm's way. We have a crew working to get the latest details from fire officials in Adrian. Dominique O'Neill joins us live from the scene. Dom, what have you learned in the last 30 minutes?
Yes, Michael, we're here. We just arrived here right before 11 o'clock. Right now, we don't have any confirmed information as to what happened, but as you can see behind me, I'm going to step away from the cameras. You can see behind me, fire crews are still fighting the fire as we speak right now. This has been going on for several hours. That is unconfirmed, but right now, like I said, they're still actively fighting the fire. This is 3 buildings in downtown Adrian. One of the buildings is abandoned, from what we understand, and right now, like I said, they're still fighting the fires right now. I did try to talk to, there's multiple departments currently tackling this fire right now. But that's all the information that we have at this time. We will continue to update you as we find out more information. When we do find out the confirmed reports as to how this fire started, we will get that information to you. For now, reporting in Adrian, Dominique O'Neill, WTOL 11.
All right, Dom, hopefully we can get more of those details. A storm so strong that severe winds tipped over semis. Across 6 states, there were at least 31 confirmed fatalities with severe weather, especially tornadoes. They ripped through the Mississippi Valley and deep south. CBS has more.
Violent tornadoes spawned from an enormous storm system touched down in at least 7 states Friday night into Saturday.
Oh my God!
Near St. Louis, Missouri, the storms arrived in the dark, illuminated by lightning strikes.
I had glass flying everywhere into my face and my arms and everything.
Dan Lawnstrom took cover inside the cab of his tractor trailer in this community west of St. Louis. His truck slammed by another truck, pushed over by the high winds. He watched as the twister blew apart a nearby gas station and restaurant.
And there's tons of people up in the store that were just running around crying and screaming, and it was pretty scary.
Families in a nearby neighborhood ran for their basements. Joy Asdu and her children came back upstairs to find the entire second floor of their home gone.
I thought that we were going to die. My kids were crying. I was just trying to cover their heads. And
Could you, when you're down in the basement?
We couldn't see anything. We didn't know what was happening.
The fast-moving storm caused blizzard conditions near Flagstaff, Arizona, resulting in this deadly 18-vehicle pileup. When the storm reached West Texas, it kicked up dust, leading to a deadly multi-vehicle crash. Winds sparked and then supercharged dozens of wildfires in several states. Homes burned to the ground in Texas and Oklahoma.
The front side and the back side of this neighborhood totally burned, and just so thankful that we didn't have any fatalities here.
In the northern plains, the storm is expected to drop up to a foot of snow.
There were no deaths in this community, but some of the people I talked to here had no insurance. Jason Allen, CBS News in Villa Ridge, Missouri.
Happening right now, Fremont police are searching for a suspect in a shooting. His name is Omni Turner, and he's 28 years old, and he's currently wanted on a felonious assault charge. Police believe he could be in Sandusky or Port Clinton. Police have offered a cash reward starting at $500 for information on his location. Some of the best up-and-coming minds are meeting at the University of Toledo for a hackathon, learning to troubleshoot and solve problems in the world of coding. Dominique O'Neill reports.
That's Arya Morella, a BGSU student who's on a team of 4 that's participating in a 24-hour hackathon. Participants collaborate to design apps, programs, or prototypes to address challenges, often with a tech-driven focus.
We just love coding. We're all computer science majors, and we kind of just like what we do. We like building stuff. This is a good opportunity to just come here and build stuff.
Ariane says the goal is students come up with tech solutions to help solve real-world challenges and tasks. That's exactly what his team is doing. For instance, their program focuses on AI.
We're trying to make a solution where auto-grading happens with artificial intelligence. So you upload stuff, you get a feedback faster, so grading happens faster. It's a good tool for the professors and the students, so they can get some feedback in time so they can work on more stuff.
University of Toledo senior, who is majoring in computer science engineering technology, says he hopes to use this event as a blueprint for his future.
Hopefully the project that we're building can help out a lot of students and save a lot of time and resources.
The students are only given 24 to 48 hours to work on these projects too. Organizers say hackathons foster innovation, teamwork, and rapid development, making them popular in tech communities and beyond.
We want Toledo to be known as a tech community as well as manufacturing community, and we want to expand the tech community in Toledo and as well as Midwest Ohio.
The computer space, the world that we live in, is a very fast-paced, high velocity event that we live in. So events like this, like Rocket Hacks, essentially enable students like us who are like computer science majors to stay on top of the game, to like put themselves out there.
That was Dominique O'Neill reporting. The hackathon event will continue through tomorrow to 11 a.m. Well, you know, St. Patrick's Day is around the corner when you see green and hear the wail of bagpipes. What you just heard right there is just a part of a performance that the Toledo firefighter Pipes and Drums put on at Sean's Irish Tavern this afternoon. The group visited 5 different locations today to play music and raise funds. Money collected at these performances go towards helping the band buy equipment and continue in their mission.
We do funerals everywhere in our area, and then you go to other funerals just like they came to support us when we lost our 2 firefighters in 2014, Steve and Jamie. So it's a camaraderie, it's a brotherhood, and it's tradition. So something happens in Cleveland where we've been, Cincinnati, anywhere, you go if you can do it.
The Toledo firefighter Pipes and Drums have more performances planned for tomorrow and, of course, St. Patrick's Day. A complete list of their appearances is available on their Facebook page. Well, today was a wet and windy start to St. Patrick's Day weekend, but downtown Toledo was still flooded with green and gold.
3, 2, 1, go!
We caught up with runners braving the conditions in this year's Shamrock Shuffle. One father-daughter duo we talked to say they've been running the race for over 5 years now, and the weather wasn't enough to break their streak.
It's a tradition. We come down every year for this race. It's always really fun, especially at night with all the lights, and it's a tradition. The rain isn't great, but it'll still be fun. It's warm.
It's warm.
Runners will run in anything.
It's a fun race. It's not like you're trying to set a PR or something. So.
Look at that. Even Wally the Walleye got in on the fun tonight. Children and their mentors from a local organization took on an engineering project at the Imagination Station. The Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northwest Ohio's STEAM Club ventured into the engineering side of STEAM. The children and their mentors designed a car with a goal to keep an egg safe when rolling it down a ramp. The club takes on a new activity every 3rd Saturday of the month to show the different paths within a STEAM community.
I want to be able to give these kids like the same opportunity to actually kind of see like the different aspects of not just like what you've seen in the past, but more like science, like where they can go in the future. So like building these sort of like activities could like hopefully inspire someone to, you know, be an engineer.
And you can tune in to WTOL 11's 4 p.m. show on March 20th to see a live interview and learn more about the BBBS STEAM Club. Hope Toledo is a local organization that depends on public and private partnerships. Its goal is to deliver educational experiences for area youth, but it needs more money to deliver on that promise, and now they're considering a new funding plan. Lucas County commissioners approved $100,000 in funding this week to get them through the year. But once the year ends, there's a lot of uncertainty for the nonprofit and its preschool education initiatives. So, with these funds drying up, should the onus be on them to fund the new funding options?
So we knew that this day was going to come, so it was not a surprise to anyone. So I think going into our event on Monday and what we're going to do is talk about why it's critically important and why we have to secure long-term sustainable funding that will help do this for more children for a longer period of time.
The event Jones mentioned is a preschool education summit Monday at the Glass City Center. You can hear more about that this week on Leading Edge, Sunday morning at 8:30 or anytime you want on WTOL 11+. All you have to do is download it and watch it for free. Up next, President Trump digs in after a speech made on Friday, what he calls his law and order speech.
And more rain ahead tonight, followed by some big changes in the weather as this cold front sweeps through. We are expecting a significant cool down. I'll have that Sunday weather forecast coming up next. Welcome back in. The wet weather continues overnight tonight, and the rain could impact Sunday morning plans as well. You'll see that hourly forecast on our free WTOL 11 weather app, showing you showers continuing through early in the day on Sunday. Doppler radar still lit up with green, and you can check that radar if you scan the QR code to download our weather app. This green, I suppose you could say, is festive for St. Patrick's Day weekend, but it also means wet weather, putting a damper on those weekend plans. We did see a number of storm reports from severe weather that rolled in earlier. Williams County, including Bryan, saw 7/10 inch hail that rolled on through. Also some very strong and gusty winds near Walbridge, 62-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and at Toledo Express west of town, 55 miles per hour. There were also some very strong winds in Lenawee County near Adrian, 66 miles per hour as severe weather barreled through southeastern Michigan. Right now, I'm watching more rain that's moving in from the south. There has been an ongoing severe outbreak across parts of the Gulf states in the southeastern United States, but this low pressure system simply going to bring us more rainfall overnight tonight. That severe weather threat, there is a high and moderate risk far south of Atlanta towards the Gulf of Mexico. And as we look towards up in the Great Lakes region, that risk diminishes drastically. Not expecting severe weather here at home. However, there is still expected to be some rain overnight tonight. Rain is going to be likely as this low pressure rolls in along a cold front, and that cold front's going to come sweeping in Sunday morning, spelling some changes in the weather and how it feels outside. Steady and moderate rain continuing through midnight. Overnight tonight, we do get a little bit of a break from the rain, but there could be some strong and gusty winds. That cold front's going to be coming through very early Sunday morning, and the showers will be wrapping up by the afternoon. Additional rainfall amounts of about a ½ an inch or so are possible. Latest data shows about 6/10 in the Toledo metro, and it's been over a fairly long, prolonged period, so I'm not expecting widespread flooding concerns. Now, the winds may really start to kick up. Southeast winds could even exceed about 50 miles an hour far south and east of the river, and it's really this area that has the best chance to see a thunderstorm or a strong wind gust, including Seneca and Sandusky counties down towards Wyandotte and Crawford counties. It's still going to be very breezy Sunday morning with 30 to 35 mile an hour gusts, and into the afternoon in the wake of that cold front, winds shift to the west, and the winds are going to be down to about 20 to 25. Showers will be likely, especially early in the day. Temperatures dropping on off. We're going to be in the 50s to start the day and turning sharply cooler into the latter half of the day. It's actually going to be fairly mild to the east of Toledo in the morning, near 60 degrees in Fremont, 50s in the metro, but that sharp cutoff west of I-75, well, that is indicative of the cold front that's going to be moving on through, and that means a big change in how it feels outside for the remainder of your day. Now, as we head towards the start of the week, we do have some sunshine returning after a soggy weekend. St. Patty's Day is looking sunny and cooler. You'll need that light jacket with temperatures right around 50 degrees. We do warm up after a cooler St. Patrick's Day. Tuesday in the mid-60s, but the breeze returns, and Wednesday looking windy and unsettled with a chance for some cracks of thunder. The 10-day forecast ushers in the spring season. Thursday could see a few rain and snow showers, and look at that sharp drop in temperatures as another cold front moves on through. Certainly quite a few ups and downs in that 10-day forecast ahead. Michael?
All right, thanks, John. President Trump, with a single signature, asked the parent agency of the Voice of America and others tied to libraries, homelessness, and media. It's all part of Trump's broader effort to reshape and downsize the federal government. And as CBS's Willie James Inman tells us from West Palm Beach, the president is not stopping there.
The yeas are 54, the nays are 46. The bill is passed.
The vote for the 6-month spending bill united Republicans but left Democrats bitterly divided. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer this week doing an about-face, saying he was supporting the measure to protect Democrats from the political damage of a shutdown.
CR is a bad bill. But as bad as the CR is, I believe allowing Donald Trump to take even much more power via a government shutdown is a far worse option.
9 other members of the Democratic caucus joined him. Some House Democrats were furious.
I think it is a huge slap in the face, and I think that there is a wide sense of betrayal.
But markets rallied on Friday. Their gains, however, not enough to erase a big sell-off this week. All 3 major indices dragged down again over tit-for-tat tariff threats. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, leaving a G7 meeting in Canada, defended President Trump's punishing tariff policies.
The goal the president has made very clear is he wants to reset the baseline of international trade, which he believes, and I agree, is unfair to the United States.
But new Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, sworn in on Friday, took new aim in that trade war and taunts that Canada should be the 51st state. His government now reviewing a $13 billion plan to buy American F-35 fighter jets.
The Prime Minister has asked me to go and examine those things and have discussions with other sources, particularly where there may be opportunities to assemble those fighter jets in Canada, to properly support them and maintain them in Canada.
And it's not just Canadians unsettled by the turbulence over tariffs. A preliminary survey found some Republicans who support President Trump are rattled by the chaotic rollout of his economic policies. Willie James Inman, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
The Junction Coalition invited people together to celebrate and think of ways to help Swan Creek. Gathering at Savage Park, people were asked to learn about Swan Creek, the project to help the area, talk with planners and voice concerns on what they'd like to see change, addressing issues on flooding, extreme heat, and severe weather. Alicia Smith says it helps give people a voice on the project.
This is a time to be heard, not a time to go into your homes and say, well, that really doesn't have anything to do with me. Whether you live in Junction or not, this has something to do with you. Water is life. Your natural habitat is so very important. How we breathe and live and have our being is so important.
The project is funded by the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the coalition partnered with the Junction Neighborhood Ambassadors, the Manick and Smith Group, Inc., and EDGE. The University of Toledo Medical Center visited downtown Toledo today to teach people how to do CPR. The mobile medical center stopped by Adams Street to offer free health screenings to those in need, as well as teach people how to give CPR. As not everyone has a family physician to go to, the medical center's hopes to make today's visit a one-stop shop for those who need screenings, helping keep the Glass City healthy.
This population of people that are here today, they may not have family physicians that they can go to or have the opportunity to get health care. So we're here today to screen them for that.
For more information on where the center stops, you can reach them on their website, which you can find on our links mentioned page over at WTOL.com.
For the second time in 3 years, Toledo women's basketball played for a MAC title. Coming up next in sports, highlights and reaction from here in Cleveland.
Children had the opportunity to take a swing at hockey today with a former Toledo Walleye player. The Imagination Station had their temporary hockey exhibit on display, with stations to practice hitting a puck. Today, former Toledo Walleye defenseman Simone Denis worked with the kids who wanted to learn or simply have fun. Denis says he wanted to show the community that the Toledo Walleye, whether they still play or not, are there to share the game with today's youth.
They're just having a lot of fun. That's the best part about it. They get a chance to experience something that they haven't before. They get to interact with the game in a fun way, checking out, whether it's the synthetic ice shooting out here, checking out the different displays, all the history of the game. It's really fun to see them do it as well with their parents and just kind of get to see a whole different side of the kids.
The hockey exhibit will be available to visit at the Imagination Station until April 27th. Well, you saw it right there. Michigan advanced to the Big Ten Tournament Championship game with a remarkable play, the classic give and go. Trey Donaldson with the second layup, going coast to coast and leaving only a fraction of 1 second on the game clock. Michigan wins and advances to tomorrow's tournament championship game against Wisconsin. Tyler Segerman joins us to finish out sports.
Welcome to the sports. Good evening, everyone. Tyler Segerman here with you from downtown Cleveland inside Rocket Arena. And it was the Rockets who would be playing for a MAC championship this year. UT battling all week to get on this stage, and make no mistake, they expected to be here. Now let's take a look and see how Jenny Bogus and UT fared against top-seeded Ball State. Cardinals and Rockets matching up for the third time this season, splitting the previous two meetings. Toledo stood in this spot 2 years ago, but it would be a newcomer to get things started on Saturday. Kendall Carruthers lining up a three, and the sophomore cashes in for UT's first points. What a game she'd have. Then the Rockets going inside. Jessica Cook, despite the double team, powers her way to a basket. Toledo still ahead in the second quarter. Carruthers spinning, turning, and firing to Kira Goss, who lets it fly to beat the buzzer. She knows what it takes to go dancing. Her team up 3 at the break. The grad student, though, not done. This time posting up in front of her bench, add 3 more to the board, and cue the bench Selly. Cardinals would begin to go on a run in the fourth to take the lead. Cook, not fazed, however, using one hand to secure the offensive rebound and put back. What a play. Later, it's another big. Stepping up on defense. Hannah Novoroski swatting this shot back to Muncie. Best believe that carried some emotion. UT still in need of some points. Carruthers with an opening finds her way to the rack. Team high 17 points for the Springfield alum. Another local, Sammy McConowitz, working inside. She nets the roll and the foul, but unfortunately the comeback could not be completed as her final MAC tournament ends with a second place finish.
Very special. I mean, we expected to be here. Nobody else did, but every single one of us in that locker room expected to be in this position. But just happy to be wearing the jersey.
Just doing it together for one. Just playing off of each other, I think. And, you know, we weren't always the biggest stars in the program, but just being able to provide for our team in any way we can.
That's the standard at Toledo. You know, we want to win championships. We want to be in championships. But I think this proves that, you know, we're not going to take a step backward because there's a change in leadership, and that we can continue to grow this program. And it's almost crazy to think of Toledo as a place with potential, given all the successes there have been. But I really do see it that way. I do see the future is very bright.
Certainly a tough way to end this week of competition, but then again, they were picked to finish 5th in the preseason. A new journey leads to new perspective, and what these Rockets accomplished, despite the changes from last year, deserves a lot of credit. Now we wait to see where Toledo ends up, as they'll be at a postseason tournament somewhere. But until then, reporting here in Cleveland, Tyler Segerman for WTOL 11 Sports.
You have the chance to potentially save a life. Registration is open right now for our 11 Together blood drive. WTOL 11 is partnering with the American Red Cross for the blood drive coming up next Friday. It's all day long at Maumee United Methodist Church. And as an added bonus, anyone who donates blood will receive a $10 Amazon gift card by email. To register for an appointment, call 1-800-RED-CROSS or check out the link we have posted right now at WTOL.com. And a reminder tonight, registration is also open for the Susan G. Komen Northwest Ohio Race for the Cure. Runners and walkers can sign up to secure a spot for the 5K race, which steps off Sunday, September 28th in downtown Toledo. If you register before May 12th, you'll pay just $25.
Well, it's going to be a sea of pink in downtown Toledo. I know today was a sea of green with a lot of folks celebrating St. Patrick's Day. We didn't exactly get the luck of the Irish with the forecast, Michael, with rain continuing tonight through tomorrow. Going to be a soggy Sunday, especially the first half of the day. A windy and rainy morning. The afternoon turning much colder. In fact, that high temperature of 53 you see there, that's going to happen right around daybreak with temps dropping on off. St. Patrick's Day sunshine and 50. We do warm up to the mid-60s, so a little bit warmer but breezier for your Tuesday. And then looking ahead towards the middle of the week, our next storm chance, that is going to come Wednesday into Thursday. And hard to believe spring officially starts Thursday. And in typical Ohio fashion, anything but predictable. A few snowflakes in the forecast. I know we were almost at 80 degrees yesterday, feeling like summer, and then we're going to be dropping back to the 40s with a few snowflakes this week.
Well, like you said, it's not spring in Ohio without a little bit of roller coaster weather.
Yeah, a little bit of something for everyone in this forecast. Would like a little bit more sunshine, but we're definitely going to need the umbrellas, especially tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, here's something lucky. We got another show for you coming up tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Have a good night.